You're watching Special Report. On tonight's programme, we're looking at how to prepare for and run a marathon. Now, in part 2 of tonight's programme, Charlie Webster looks at what you can do to get through the dreaded wall. Paul Radcliffe offers her race day tips, and John has a last-minute medical drama.
He sort of changed his life around. He lived in London for quite a bit. When he came back, he joined the running club, and then gradually it escalated to the cycling and everything else, didn't it?
It's a tough course, actually. There's 2 hills in it. You're going up and down quite a lot. It's quite steep, actually. Just kept it slow and sped up at the last bit. Oh.
It took Paolo 3.5 hours to complete the New Forest Marathon, but what effect did it have on his body?
When you're ready. How are we looking?
Our results showed he had lost 2 kilograms.
What's interesting here is obviously your heart rate is elevated.
Yeah.
Because of stress to the heart.
His heart rate increased by 38%, but his blood pressure was down by 28%.
Afterwards, you get some damage to the heart, which is not dissimilar from heart attack, but it's nothing to worry about. It's obviously a good thing. And so what happens is you rest and you supercompensate. And coming out of the marathon, if I come back to you in a month's time, you'll be a fitter, stronger man than you were this morning, although now you're weaker. So think of it like an S-curve.
That's the aim, isn't it?
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly.
For some, there are many physical hurdles to overcome before even getting to the start line. John's arthritis is unforgiving.
Been okay. I've been quite pleased. The last few weeks I've had a bit of a back problem, but that's been a nice relief to give my knees a rest, so it's been good. So I'm happy with where I am, and I'm never going to win the race, so it's just a case of getting round.
Despite 3 weeks out of training, John took his place in the London Olympic Park run. But less than 2 weeks later, things took a turn for the worst.
I'm here at the osteopath to get a final decision on whether I should run the marathon. I'm still having problems with my back. My heart is telling me that I can still do it, but my head is telling me that I can't and I shouldn't. But we'll get a final decision today and take it from there.
So I know it's sad, I know you don't you want to run, but I need to be professional and tell you that I don't think you should be running at this point.
Okay. Gutted to say that he's advised that I shouldn't run the London Marathon. So a lot of hard work and training sort of down the drain, if you like. Wasn't running for myself, so you know I feel that I've let a lot of people down. So hard day, tough day.
Disappointment for John, but the preparation continues for Anna. Going into her first half marathon is the mental battle rather than the physical that is debilitating.
Sort of had a quick browse on the internet this morning to see how everybody else was getting on with their training, and they all seem to be miles ahead of where I am. And even though my schedule says that I'm kind of on target, I'm feeling like I'm getting left behind.
You get really intimidated because you see all these other people and they all look really professional and you think, I don't know what I'm doing, but I should just stay at the back, I should just go at my own pace, and I'm just not going to let that intimidate me. I can only do what I can do, so hopefully I'll enjoy it. Enjoyed that, funnily enough. Felt really good. Got to mile 11. I thought I've got so much in the tank, I'm going to go for it. And that's why I've come in at 2 minutes 10, 2 hours 10 even. 18 miles in the bank. I did it. Didn't stop, kept going. The last mile was sheer agony. My legs really were like lead weights, and I was having to really concentrate to get them to work. So the thought of, on the day, doing another 8 miles on top, oh, heaven knows, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but Oh, I'm just really pleased I got that 18 miles done.
The highs and the lows suffered during the preparation are not left at the start line. Many runners have to contend with hitting the wall anything up to 20 miles into a marathon. It's a mental barrier professional and amateurs alike have to break through in order to succeed.
There's a number of reasons why the wall will exist. It's a horrible feeling if you hit it. You'll be completely energyless, you'll feel very heavy, quite lightheaded and almost sort of exasperating and intense as well in the sort of the feeling you have. And I think there's that sort of complete feeling of failure initially, but then that overriding effect of determination and that desire to finish.
I was one of 10,000 people who took part in the official half marathon for London, along with colleagues from Sky Sports News.
It's a great feeling to have finished. I must admit, beat my personal best by about 6 minutes or so. So very pleased about that. Weather conditions didn't really help, but in all fairness, you've got to deal with what's in front of you, so very pleased with that.
Well done.
Halfway under 2. I'm happy. Keep going with the training.
And for those who have a place in the London Olympics, the intensity is heightened over the coming months.
The time's not important really. I mean, today was just, you know, I took it easy at the start, got a little tempo in the middle and then just eased it down at the end there.
The half marathons are complete, but having to go twice that distance is now a reality. With less than a week to go, the pre-race routines are being finely tuned.
Race day itself, don't change anything, running the same shoes that you've practiced, the same kit that you've worn before, practice the race breakfast, that kind of thing, and just pace yourself, don't go off too hard, because that's really easy to do because the atmosphere will lift you and will push you on, so try and sort of rein that in a little bit until halfway and then let it go.
The only thing I do is just screw up my race number before the start. If you don't screw it up, it kind of flaps around quite a lot. So I've always done it, just screw up the race number.
Screw it up while it's on?
No, yeah, before I put it on, screw it up into a little ball, then unravel it and then pin it on my vest. And yeah, the creases tend to contour to your body so it doesn't flap around in the wind. I
generally have an ice bath the night before, followed by a warm shower so I'm not going to bed freezing, and a massage. And then I would get up about 4 hours before, have something to eat, which might be some porridge with some honey, banana, dark chocolates, cup of coffee, an energy drink, and then get down to the start. And then my warm-up routine is usually pretty much the same. It'd be like a 10-15 minute jog and half an hour of stretches and strides and things. But the first, the kind of warm-up waiting for the gun to go is the most nervous time for me. Once the gun goes and I start the first couple of miles, then you're just glad to get going and glad to kind of get into your running and enjoy it.
When the runners see this iconic London sight, they'll be just a mile short of the finish line. A final burst of adrenaline should see them home. Whether the motivation is personal achievement, charitable endeavour or elite competition, thousands of people will cross the finish line on the mile on Sunday. All of them will have fought their own personal marathon battles. All will share in the glory and the spoils of the victor.
Well, Scott will be pacing British athletes trying to make the Olympic qualifying time on Sunday, and we wish all runners taking part in the London Marathon the very best of luck. That's it for tonight. For more from the Special Report team, you can head to our website at www.skysports.com/special report.
Watch all 6 Sky Sports channels on your mobile and online.